Like a Hellcat.
Hey, before this video starts, shout out to Video Game News because he provided us with all the cutscenes that we're going to see today. Okay, let's just get onto the video. Piggy is the most beautiful Roblox game that I've ever seen, so that's why we're counting down good to evil. Now ready? Let's begin. Our purest heart has to go to Doggy. Doggy is one of those people that doesn't hesitate on saving people. Even on his break, he still does everything good. He was also forced to drink the potion to make him infected, so I don't blame him for that. Next is Zizzy. Zizzy teaches her little sisters fencing and also, with no hesitation, stuns Piggy for a moment. She definitely deserves it, whilst taking care of two troublesome sisters. She's also the leader of the safe place, so I don't really blame her for being the second goodest person in Piggy. Next we have Pony. So Pony is Zizzy's helper, and he has a wooden sword. Not as good as a lance, but I'll take it. And he also saved your life from a infected that was actually inside the cage trying to be free. And he actually does more power. He even helps in City. Next we have Bunny. Bunny is the second companion you have ever seen in Piggy. She goes from chapter 5 to chapter 7 after being infected. She did sit out for chapter 9, although that it's not a sickness. I know it is, but 7 potions. I think she's lying. She was also in Outpost, but didn't help. Next up, we have George Pig, not Pag. And what he does is also good. He had to self-defense himself with having several nightmares inside the mall. But the only bad thing that I could find him doing is he came along whilst Z and Zuzi were supposed to take him, well, just to keep him in place. But also tracking the soldiers, and yeah, that's a life or death situation. Next up, we have Penny Pig. We don't see much from her, only because she's in distorted memory. But when we do, the only thing that we see her do in the whole entire Piggy franchise is, guess what? Stand there and run away. Yay, G16. Next we have Mimi and Giraffe. They work at the safe place with no hesitation. They would like to work for each other. Min-Min's more of the brains and Giraffe's more of the harvester that gives us the food. Anyway, that's the good area. Now let's go to the I'm not really sure area. Next we have Z and Zuzi. Z and Zuzi, we don't see much. But when we do, They say that we have a pretty funny face. It's not good of them to say that, but who really cares? Next up, we have Mrs. P. The only time that we see Mrs. P is in Chapter 8 and possibly Chapter 9. And she's infected. I don't have to say much to her. Next up, we have Polly. The only thing that we see is in any kind of ending in Plant and also in Chapter 10, the mall. Anyway, let's go to the bad. Next, we have Torture. I don't have that much to say about Torture. The only thing that I do is that I think he's not even infected. We don't see any glowing eyes in those two in the gas mask. He has a flamethrower. What would he have the flamethrower for? Sure, to start a campfire so we could eat chicken, but no. Next we have Mousy. Now, what did Mousy do? I forgot that we were mentioning theories, and what Mousy did is probably stole, and you know what? Next one's Robbie. Robbie cut off Mousy's legs because he saw what then Mousy cut off Robbie's legs. But I don't know why. Karma, I don't know. It's kind of hard to see, but next is Pandy. Pandy is a member in TSP. She didn't quit. She didn't notice her mistake. I don't know why. Pandy's next to Willow. Yeah, that. Next we have Rash. And he helps Willow in no matter what case. No matter where she is, she helps Rash. He even fights off him for Willow. I don't know why. Talking about Willow Wolf is next. Willow? First, she seems really innocent, doesn't want to hurt anyone at all. She's like, I'm trying to feed my family. That's apparently not the case when we see the ending in Chapter 2, Book 2. Because that's the only time. We find out that she's the leader of TSP. Remember, Pandy? Remember, Pandy? After all that she did, she even threatened Pony with a gun if he doesn't just step back, and even kidnaps Pony. What kind of monster would do that? Anyway, our final mention, the most evilest of the evil in Piggy is Mr. P. Mr. P is one of the most evilest characters. He tried to make a cure, but ended up failing. Uh-oh, what happened to Mr. P? Oh, he dropped the infection bottle on him. Yeah, he now has a gun. I'm not kidding, he has a gun. He thinks that we're a memory, but that's not the case. So, what happens? He does what any villain does. And here's what he does. Like any supervillain. Run away! Yeah. He runs away. Why? Don't know. He only uses 40% of his money to save the cure. But yeah, that's all that I say for Mr. Pig. He is still one of the evilest characters in Piggy. Anyway, that'll do it for today. And ditto out.